Assalamualaikum and good morning to everyone. See you again in this video. I think we have discussed about our general writing, which last topic we talk about problem statement and also there's a question. So today I would like to continue with literature review. Okay, what is the importance of literature review in article or in your journal? So the first thing, you have to look at or you have to read others work by other people related to your topic or similar to your topic, so that you have a better idea whether that kind of research has been done by other people or what kind of findings and so on. Yeah, so that's why you have to look at articles or journals related to your topic. So what you have to review is you have to do what kind of topic, what kind of content, what kind of methodology, and what are the findings in that particular journal. So at home, what you're supposed to have to read when you read the article journal, you have to do something like I would suggest you to do this way. This is your groundwork, yeah. So for example, this is a number, this is the author, this is here, right? So this will be the, for example, problem statement, research question, methodology, right? And the rest is the same thing that you're going to find is something like findings. Okay, so you have to extract from what you have read from that particular journal, and you have to fill in all this blank or this column, so that you have a better idea what you supposed to review. So if you don't do like this, that means it's very difficult for you to write it later, to use this information to write in your literature review. So from here you can compare, for example, you have a few kind of article to read. For example, is A, author B, author C. So there is almost similar kind of studies which have been done by these people, so that you have to compare and contrast what they have done so far. So at least you have some ideas what they're going to do, and you can also find out the research gap between these scholars or these authors or these studies as compared to your study, so that it is very much that you have done your literature review. So you have to do the literature review and write what the contrast, the differences, the similarities, yeah, that will lead to your research. So make sure when you write it, as for me, I would prefer that you write one by one. That means author A says what, author B says what are the contrasts between A and B, for example, what is between A and C, for example. So towards the end of the literature review, so you can come out something with so-called research gap of your study. Okay, so after you have done your literature review, you need to come out with your conceptual framework. Alright, conceptual framework, of course, is divided into what kind of method or approach that you're going to use. Either is it quantitative or is it qualitative, yeah. So for example, like quantitative, normally they will put a relationship between A and B. So for example, they have independent variable, and they have dependent variable. variables. So what are the things? For example, you have A kind of factors, B factors, C factors. So this A, B, C will contribute to something here. Okay, so this shows that this will these factors, for example, will contribute to the dependent variables. These variables actually depend on what come from A, B, and C. So this is mostly for the quantitative kind of approach when you have a questionnaires to distribute to your respondents, and they use a Likert scale, and in the constructs of the questionnaire they have divided into section A. For example, A will be something what they want to find out, and B also something they want to find out, and C also what kind of construct they want to find out. So A, B, and C that will contribute to this for example, performance, or for example, students' achievement at school. Yeah, so these are all the factors that contribute to this. So this is dependent variable. So this more to the quantitative approach. Yeah, so conceptual for the qualitative a bit different. So normally for the research question, for the qualitative, it would be something like what or how and to what extent. Then we have this kind of questions, which is more to abstract, which you have to combine the theories that you're going to use. You know, for example, you want to do student performance, for example. All right, so student performance. Student performance will have, for example, teachers' efficacy. Okay. So that will also shows that student performance will will affect the teachers' efficacy at school. And for example here, student performance, for example, you have international symbolic, interactionism symbolic. For example, theory to support the student performance, because this story normally is they observe what happening in school. So perhaps this kind of thing is suitable for the conceptual framework for the qualitative study. Alright, so that is how from the literature review you come out with your conceptual framework. And it is very important to show what your plan or your master plan for your research. So each of you or each group of you have to come out with this kind of drawing and explain the diagram that you have done, so that we be able to understand how this theory support to this kind of students' performance, and also how it goes to the teachers' efficacy. So this I explained to you different type of conceptual framework for the quantitative approach and also for the qualitative approach. So I think you should be able to come up with this for next week, and I hope you should understand how importance of conceptual framework, which is mind mapping of your research. Alright, okay, so that's all for today, and hope to see your progress in the next week. Thank you very much.